Psychologists say these 7 behaviors will make or break a first impression. First impressions often feel almost magical. In just a few moments, people decide whether they trust us, like us, or see us as someone they'd rather not engage with again. It's a fascinating process, and psychologists have spent decades unpacking the subtle cues, both verbal and nonverbal, that blend together to form someone's gut feeling about us. Whether it's a job interview, a networking event, a blind date, or even meeting your partner's parents for the first time, that initial encounter can set the tone for everything that follows. What many don't realize is how seamlessly small actions and habits shape this crucial first impression. Below are 7 key behaviors that can either launch you into someone's good graces or leave them wary. 1. Authentic eye contact. One of the quickest indicators of genuine interest is eye contact, yet it has to be balanced. If you never meet someone's gaze, you can appear guarded or uninterested. But an unblinking stare can get awkward fast. Ideally, you maintain comfortable, warm contact, letting them know you're engaged without seeming invasive. One common pitfall is feeling uneasy and, therefore, flicking your gaze around the room. This can unknowingly send the message that you're either bored or seeking a better conversation partner. Or if you're anxiously avoiding direct eye contact, it might communicate a lack of confidence or genuine interest. The bottom line: aim for comfortable, friendly contact. You don't need to stare intently. Simply acknowledge them with your eyes as you speak and listen. If you're worried about overdoing it, you can glance at a point near their eyes or eyebrows occasionally. This still gives the sense of attention without feeling forced. 2. A genuine, not too big smile. We often hear people say, "Just smile," when meeting someone new, but the type of smile you offer can radically change how you're perceived. Authenticity is key. A half-hearted grin with tense cheeks and no change around the eyes usually comes across as insincere. Alternatively, a massive smile that never wavers might feel cartoonish or manipulative. A real smile, often called a Duchenne smile, involves the muscles around the eyes contracting slightly, creating those little crow's feet. Even if you're not brimming with joy at that exact second, adopting a pleasant, moderate smile helps others feel at ease. And it signals that you're genuinely glad to be there. People who greet someone with a big, unrelenting grin might believe it's more welcoming, but it can backfire if it comes across as uncomfortably intense. On the flip side, a thoughtful, relaxed smile telegraphs that you're pleased to be there. Even a slight upturn of the corners of your mouth can go a long way in setting a friendly tone. 3. Consistent body language. Ever notice how some people say all the right words, but their posture screams, "I don't believe what I'm saying"? Conflicting cues can unravel trust before it's even built. If you claim to be excited, but you're slumped in your chair with your arms crossed, you confuse your listener. Psychologists label this phenomenon incongruence, and it can sabotage first impressions. Instead, aim for an upright posture, arms relaxed by your side, or gesturing naturally. Lean in when someone's talking to show active interest. Little moves, like nodding or mirroring their posture, can signal alignment and empathy. Just make sure it flows organically, not like you're overthinking each gesture. 4. Active, genuine listening. We all know how awful it feels to talk to someone who's barely listening. Maybe they're checking their phone or cutting you off every 2 seconds. On the flip side, there's a special validation that arises when someone truly listens. They lean in, make relevant comments, and ask follow-up questions. This is what psychologists call active listening, a hallmark of successful initial encounters. Active listening isn't just letting the other person talk. It means encouraging them to dive deeper. You might say, "That's really interesting. What led you to choose that path?" Or, It sounds like you were excited. Was that the highlight of your day? By prompting them gently and reflecting back what they've said, you communicate genuine respect for their perspective. However, a pitfall arises if you overdo it. Some individuals pepper the speaker with so many questions that it feels like an interrogation. Others might appear too eager to empathize, jumping in with "oh my gosh, me too," constantly, which can hijack the conversation. If you suspect you're overshadowing them, step back and allow them to steer the conversation for a bit. 5. Moderate self-disclosure. Talking about yourself helps others see who you are, but oversharing too soon can raise eyebrows. Equally off-putting is clamming up entirely. A balanced approach, mentioning a bit about your background, your passions, or a recent experience, helps build rapport. Social psychologists suggest breadth before depth. Start with broader, lighter topics like hobbies, general career interests, or recent experiences. And if the conversation flows comfortably, move into more personal territory. This builds trust gradually. If your new acquaintance reciprocates by sharing something equally personal, you can safely go a bit deeper. But if they remain guarded, take the hint and keep the conversation in friendlier, more casual waters. 6. Polite curiosity about them. A surefire conversation killer is talking endlessly about yourself without giving the other person a chance to participate. People want to feel seen and heard, especially in those first moments of getting to know you. For a truly memorable introduction, sprinkle the conversation with open-ended questions that encourage them to share their perspectives. For instance, what do you enjoy most about your work? Or how do you typically unwind after a busy day? Is more inviting than a yes/no question, like "do you like your job?" When they answer, show you've absorbed what they said. You might respond with, "That's fascinating. I didn't know project management could be so creative." Or, "I've never tried rock climbing. What's your favorite part about it?" This approach demonstrates that you're not merely firing off generic queries, but truly processing their story. Be mindful, though, of the ratio. If you pepper them with questions too rapidly, the conversation can feel lopsided in the other direction. Aim for a flow where you both speak and listen. 7. Calm, composed energy. Meeting someone new can trigger nerves, but if your vibe is frantic, shaky voice, fidgeting non-stop, stumbling over your words, they may sense you're uncomfortable and mirror that tension. Conversely, appearing overly aloof or bored can seem like you don't care about the interaction at all. The sweet spot is a steady, relaxed demeanor. Take a moment before the meeting. Breathe deeply, visualize success, or check in with yourself. Focus on the person in front of you rather than spiraling in self-consciousness. This stable, centered energy reassures people that you're present and eager to connect on equal footing. The bottom line, whether it's in the corporate world, social circles, or personal relationships, first impressions linger. The combination of eye contact, a sincerely friendly smile, coherent body language, active listening, measured self-disclosure, genuine curiosity, and steady composure can leave a person thinking, "I like them." I'd be open to seeing more of who they are. Conversely, stumbling over those same elements, avoiding someone's gaze, sending mixed signals with posture, dominating the dialogue, or showing visible anxiety, may lead them to form a hesitant or even negative opinion that's tough to shift later. That initial window might last only a few minutes, yet it sets the stage for everything else. If all of this sounds a bit much to remember, start small. Pick 1 or 2 elements you'd like to improve. Maybe staying more present in conversation or offering a relaxed smile. As you refine these habits, they'll become second nature, letting you connect more naturally with everyone you meet. After all, the best first impression is the one that reflects who you truly are. Confident, caring, and open to new connections.